everyone, welcome back to the Lemon Abroad. Today I wanted to share a new kind of video with you, and that is about how I grew my channel from 50 to 500 subscribers. Truthfully, you guys, this is my dream come true. I've been working towards this goal for a long time, and now that I'm seeing that people are viewing my videos and hopefully they're having some kind of positive impact, that is just amazing to me and it makes me really happy. So thank you for watching. It really means a lot to me. And if this is the first video of mine that you are watching, welcome. My name is Greer and I'm Italian American. I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and over 4 years ago, I moved to Palermo, Sicily. I make a few different kinds of videos. Some of them are about moving to Italy, kind of a practical to-do list. The things you need to do to get yourself set up here. Basically, these are the videos that I wish I had when I first moved here. I also like to make cooking videos, travel tip videos, positive thinking and motivation videos, Italian language lessons, and most recently videos about numismatics, which is coin collecting, which is my new hobby. Okay, so I'd like to break this video down into a few sections. First, I'll go through some channel analytics, kind of explain the videos I was making and what kind of reaction I saw to them. Then I'd like to talk about some logistics, things that I think can be useful also if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel of your own. Because what I've realized is that you really don't need a lot to get started. And then I'll talk about what I'm thinking about moving forward with my channel. So let's get started. Okay, so while we're here, I think let's just go back to the very beginning. I actually began my YouTube channel in October of 2019. I already had a website, The Lemon Abroad, for over a year at that point. And it was actually a friend of mine who suggested that I start a YouTube channel. She was studying film at the time, so she taught me a little bit about how to record and how to edit. And truthfully, I am so grateful to her for suggesting me this idea, for motivating me and encouraging me, and also for teaching me so many technical things that I would have had no idea how to do. I could have never imagined what this would grow into, but I'm so thankful for her encouragement and for helping me get started. I didn't really have a clear direction at the beginning. At the time, I was moving from Amsterdam to Sicily, so I probably thought I would make videos about that. I was interested in making more vlog videos, day in the life, the kinds of things that I was watching on YouTube. I was also really interested in making cinematic, poetic videos. And soon after I began my channel, I even did a long form interview with a childhood friend of mine who had started her own natural products line, which was a really great experience. And then right after I had moved to Italy, the pandemic happened, which gave me the opportunity to pivot a bit. Since I was just at home, I started making some cooking videos. And that's really interesting to me because when I was younger and I would be baking or cooking with my mom, I always used to want to pretend that I was on a cooking show. So this was kind of me fulfilling that dream that I had had as a child, but in a totally serendipitous way. I started with a goal of making one video per month, which I did for a few months. But then in summer of 2020, I started the application process to go to grad school, and then I started grad school. And you can see from all of my creative platforms that that just took over. In the whole period that I was studying, I only was able to produce 3 YouTube videos. But during that time, I was also really enjoying my life here in Palermo. It's a period of time that I look back on really fondly. I made a lot of great friends. I was getting to know my community here and just really enjoying life. So once I graduated in the summer of 2022, I was really happy to be able to give back time to my creative projects. I jumped right back into blog writing, and I also made an update video about my life in Sicily and what I had been up to the past few years. And then personally, I was a little lost, you know? I had just graduated So I didn't have my thing to do, which was going to school, and a lot of changes were happening in my personal life. So after doing a lot of reflection, and very importantly, after having met someone who does YouTube as their full-time job, I had the motivation and inspiration that this was something I could do, and this was the thing that I wanted to do. So in November of 2022, that is when I began to dedicate myself full-time to YouTube. That's when you can say I really got started. At that point, the beginning of November 2022, I had 50 subscribers on YouTube. That's after the channel had been open for about 3 years, and I had sporadically uploaded 11 videos. So because I was really focused, I decided to be very intentional about the videos I was posting and to pivot to posting about moving to Italy. Kind of going back to what my original intentions had been when I first opened the channel. I also wanted to make cultural content, food content, daily life content, but that moving to Italy would be the thread that tied them together. There were very practical aspects that I thought I could make videos about that were things that I wish someone would have told me before I moved to Italy or when I moved to Italy, like how to find an apartment, how to register with the healthcare system, how to register for your residenza. So the second video that I published in this period was my comprehensive guide for Italian citizenship by descent. It's a step-by-step guide. It's everything I could ever know about applying for Italian citizenship in this way. It's 23 minutes long, and to this day is the highest performing video on my channel. As of today, which is February 21st, 2024, it has over 15,000 views. It's been watched for over 1,300 hours, which is just mind-blowing. It's incredible to me that so many people have hopefully been able to take something positive from my video and apply it to their own situation, and that by sharing my experiences, I'm able to help other people. I feel like this video just sums up so much of what I'm trying to achieve, which is really to be able to use my experiences to help and inspire other people. That's really what this channel is about for me. This video has really had a steady, consistent audience, and it's really carried my channel as it's been growing, but it's also motivated me. I know that I hit on something that a lot of people are looking for information about, but I also know that there's a lot of information out there. So to see that my video has been able to have so much engagement, a lot of people comment and ask questions about their situation, and I reply to the comments that I can, but also I've seen that other people watching my channel, they try to give suggestions too, which is very cool to me that I've created this community aspect as well. It's really confirmed to me that I did a good job with the video, and also what's possible when you do take the time to produce something that has quality information and content that people need, and the impact that you can have when those people are able to find that content that they were looking for. So for the next few months after that, I was full on dedicated to YouTube. From November 2022 to March 2023, I tried to share one video per week. I did miss a week here or there, but in the end, I got so much quality content loaded onto my channel. And by the end of March, I had 100 subscribers, which was a big milestone for me. And we can see that in those 5 months, with 22 new videos, my subscriber count doubled. Also at the end of March, my citizenship video hit 1,000 views. So that was also really exciting for me. Now in April, I'm not sure what happened, but I slowed down sharing videos. In April and May, I only uploaded 2 videos per month. And then in June, I was preparing to travel and preparing to apply for a PhD. So I only uploaded 3 videos. And then I also produced 1 video to share in July while I was traveling. Then I came back home in August, and in August and September, I shared 2 videos each. So even though I didn't upload very much content in the summer, something very interesting happened. I'm not exactly sure how or why, but my channel took off. Every month, almost every metric seemed to double. So for example, in April, I had about 800 channel views. In May, about 2,000, June, 2,900, and in July, over 5,000. The same thing happened to watch time, from 57 hours in April to 109 hours in May to 201 hours in June and almost 400 hours in July. I couldn't believe it, especially because I wasn't consistently uploading during that period. When I was traveling especially, I would just sit and look at my phone and I couldn't believe it. This rapid growth did end up slowing down in August, and it has kind of steadied out from there. I'm still seeing growth on my channel, but not the same as it was in the summer. One theory I have is maybe because people were searching about traveling to Italy because it was the summertime. One video that did take off in the summer was my long form 34-minute video about looking for an apartment in Italy. I uploaded that video on January 28th, 2023, but it wasn't until May that it really started picking up and being watched consistently. Like the rest of my channel, there was a big peak through August and then it kind of steadied out, but then it started growing again consistently. So that has also been a big contributor to the success of my channel. As of today, it has over 4,000 views, has brought almost 100 subscribers to my channel, and it has been watched for over 400 hours. Which again tells me that it's useful content that people are actually looking for and watching and hopefully benefiting from. Another interesting case that I want to highlight is my how to get to Mondello Beach video. Mondello is a popular day trip for people who are visiting Palermo because it's a nice sandy beach and it's easily reachable by public transportation. So I just made a quick video about how to get there, and it's the third highest viewed video on my channel. It has over 1,300 views since I published it in June 2023. And even though it's only 2 minutes long, it has over 23 hours of watch time. So I think that highlights that you shouldn't underestimate how impactful even a shorter video can be. So getting back to my timeline. So then October was kind of a stressful month for me. I was doing PhD interviews and I only was able to produce one video. And then in November and December, I was only able to produce 2 videos. So then in January, in the span of about 4 or 5 days, I decided to quit my PhD. I produced 2 short YouTube videos and I flew to the Gambia for my holiday. I was just enjoying being there, but I did make some shorts that I uploaded to YouTube. I've never really dedicated myself to shorts, but I do make them here and there. Sometimes they take off. I have had some shorts get over 2,000 views. And I do think that they help some people discover my channel. So for example, one short that I uploaded when I was in Gambia called Welcome to the Gambia did bring 13 new subscribers to my channel. So I also try not to ignore the potential of that feature. So after I got back from my trip, which was just a few weeks ago, I knew that now is again the time to dedicate myself to YouTube. All in, go for it. After the surge, I would say, of new viewers and new subscribers in the summer, I really feel that I have some momentum to build on. My subscriber count has been growing consistently since November 2022 with 50 subscribers until January 17th, 2024, when I passed 500 subscribers. That was a really big milestone for me. It's something that I put in my mind as a goal, but something that I didn't know if I would actually achieve. And so for so long, you're working towards this goal, and then one day it happens, and you just can't believe it. And I really do try to celebrate these wins. The goalpost for me is always moving forward. When I record my statistics, I wrote down that I had reached 500 subscribers on this date. Before closing the document, I hit enter and I write 600 subscribers. When one of my videos gets 1,000 views, I write 1,000 views, this date, enter 2,000 views, because I'm always trying to level up. I'm always trying to improve. There's always more to be done. But I think it's also really important to take a moment to pause, to appreciate how far you've come, how hard you've worked, and seeing that hard work come to fruition and have an impact. It's important to be proud of having done just that and not just moving on and looking for the next thing. We have to be proud of what we've already done. So now that I've gone through the analytics side, I'd like to share a little bit about how I developed my skills, the tools I use, and what I'm thinking about for the future. Okay, so you may have heard this adage before, and it's that there's something about your first 50 videos. Something about they won't be perfect, or it's your time to figure out what you're doing. And I do think that there's some truth in that. And of course, the stars aligned for my 50th video to be my 4 years in Palermo video. It was my last video of December 2023. So these first 50 videos where people say it's where you're figuring out what works for you, what your audience responds to, what your style is, developing your niche. Looking back at my first 50 videos, I can definitely see improvements and growth. I can see improvements in video quality. I can see improvements in my working style, how efficient I've been able to work. I can also see my confidence in front of the camera grow. I can see that I do have kind of a niche, but that I'm not confined to it. I can see that I try new things. So just to talk about niche a little more, if you aren't already familiar with my channel, I did go through the types of videos I make in the beginning of this video, but I will say that my niche, if I had to define it, would be the moving to Italy / living in Italy category. My highest performing videos, the Italian Citizenship by Descent and Ultimate Guide to Finding an Apartment in Italy, are both very practical, information-based videos that are useful to someone who wants to do one or both of those things. I do make a lot of videos in this category. You can find them in my Moving to Italy playlist. And I try to consistently put out a video of this type. And then in between, I sprinkle in other videos of things that are interesting to me. But even those videos, which fall into other categories like cooking or travel or international coin collecting, Italian language lesson videos, or motivation videos, beyond being connected because they're things that I like, I do think there is a thread that runs between them, because they could all apply to people who are interested in international travel, interested in moving abroad, interested in trying new things, interested in pushing themselves out of their comfort zone. So I'm really proud with this canon of content that I have cultivated here, both in my YouTube videos and in my blog, theLemonAbroad.com, which I actually started a few years before my YouTube channel, and it has just a wealth of information on it, from travel guides to different destinations. Also some things that I make YouTube videos about, like Italian citizenship. I also wrote that in article form on my website for people who would just prefer to have all that information written out. I have guides for different things I recommend, from airlines to books to read to zero waste lifestyle tips. And with both my website and my YouTube channel, it's just amazing satisfying to see how the work you do over time really adds up. Okay, so let's get into logistics, and maybe this can be helpful for you if you are thinking about starting a YouTube channel of your own. Even until today, I have not spent very much money in getting my YouTube channel up and running. I started out with what I already had, and that was really enough for me for the beginning stages of my channel. I have made some upgrades here and there, but nothing fancy. This whole time, my first 50 videos up until the end of 2023, I have only ever used my iPhone to record my videos, and I think it works just fine. Also in this period, I've only been using iMovie to edit my videos, which came pre-installed on my computer that I already had. The only thing I had to do was learn how to use it, and thankfully my friend taught me. And that has really worked just fine for me. Currently, I am using the free trial of Final Cut Pro, and I found that this has been very helpful for adding text, which is a very specific feature that I would like to use because I make Italian language videos. I'm still learning the technology. I'm still learning about other features that it has. So that's one upgrade that I'm thinking about making. But again, because for my specific type of videos I want to make, it does make it easier to use this feature. But I think if you're just getting started, using a free program like iMovie is really great because it has all the basics that you need, and it's also a good way to learn the basic editing techniques. So when I was first starting to make my videos, I did buy this little tripod, and I used this to record most of my first videos. You can see in this picture how I used to have to organize my setup to be able to make sure the tripod was at my level, and also to move all the other stuff out of the frame. And honestly, that's it's still kind of accurate to what it looks like today. However, I did have to be very careful because sometimes the tripod would fall over off of that tower, so I would have to put pillows or something on the ground in case, just so I could save my phone in case it fell over. Eventually, I did get a new tripod setup on Amazon. This is just a desk model, but it is more stable, and it does get a little bit taller as well. I think the most important thing is that it came with the microphone attachment, which has really improved the audio quality of my videos. I don't think I would have spent more than $50 on this. And then I also got a ring light, which has improved the lighting quality on my videos. And again, I don't think I spent more than $20 on that. When it comes to making a thumbnail image, which is of course really important because it's what helps a viewer decide if they want to give your video a chance or not, I had a Canva account, just the free one. And again, there was kind of a learning curve there. There's a lot of features that you can use on Canva, even in the free accounts. They have a lot of good YouTube thumbnail templates. And there's also a lot of YouTube videos about different features. So if you have a question about how to do something on Canva, there's likely a YouTube video out there answering that question. And I think you can learn a lot just by playing around with the different tools. For example, there's one tool on Canva that is only available to their paid users, and that is to remove the background from an image. Now, there is a solution for that because Adobe has a free tool that will let you do exactly that. So it just isolates this image, which is really popular to use on thumbnails. And you can do that having an Adobe account, but it's totally for free. So then you can just download that image, upload it to Canva, use it in your YouTube thumbnail, and you won't have had to pay anything. So there's a lot of things you can do without having to spend a lot or any money. Now I want to talk about one thing that I actually stopped doing, and that is putting music in my videos. So first I'll say that I think music can be a really good tool. I think it can help keep your audience engaged. I think it can add a nice cinematic effect to your video. And maybe one day I will use music in my videos again. But back when I first started making videos, I was only taking music from the YouTube audio library, and I wasn't finding like the exact music that I wanted. I was finding the best fit. Not only that, I really didn't have the skills at the time, nor do I now, for mixing audios and trying to get the good balance between my voice and the music. So I just wasn't having the outcome that I wanted in my videos. And I also was spending a lot of time and a lot of energy trying to make that happen. So one day I just decided no more music because I'm not getting the results that I want. I'm wasting a lot of time and I'm wasting a lot of mental energy being frustrated with this. So that was just a personal decision. And now I can see that I'm much more efficient with my editing process. I don't waste time looking for music. And again, like, I'll never say never. I know that there's a lot of different options for YouTubers to find copyright-free music. I don't know what they are. I don't have any that I can recommend because that also gives me a certain level of anxiety. The thought that maybe one day my video could get a copyright strike because the music is no longer copyright free. I don't know anything about it, obviously. So maybe music has some potential to make my videos a little bit better. But if I have to balance how much effort I'm putting in and the outcome, right now it's just not worth it for me. Now, one thing that I don't talk about much is the behind the scenes. Honestly, it's not always easy for me to make these videos. I live in apartments, I live in a city, and there is a lot of noise all the time, and often unexpectedly. There's cars honking, there's dogs barking, motorcycles, there's people talking, there's high heels of my upstairs neighbor. And this has been at every apartment I've lived at. It doesn't matter what floor I live on, what neighborhood I live in, it's the same story. And I do get frustrated because sometimes it should take 20 minutes to record a video, and instead it could take 2 hours, stopping, starting, getting up to see what the commotion is. And because I live and have lived in small apartments, as you saw in the picture, I often have to move stuff around to get stuff out of the frame. I have to set up the lighting. I have to try and look nice. I don't wear makeup like this every day. And it can be really annoying when I finally get all that ready and then construction workers show up and start making very, very, very loud noises that would be annoying just for anyone sitting in their house, but it's impossible to shoot a video with those conditions. And you never know how long it's going to last. Are they going to be here 20 minutes? Are they going to be here 2 hours? So yeah, sometimes I get like a stomach ache before I'm about to shoot because I just want to say, please, please, for 1 hour, can everyone just be quiet? But there is one thing that I have to keep in mind during those moments, incredibly stressful as they are, and that is that you can either have results or excuses. So even if it takes all day, if at the end of the day I've been able to record all my content, then that's great because I did it. And honestly, looking back, when I do watch those videos, I can remember that, wow, those construction workers were there all day, or wow, my neighbor was just walking around for 20 minutes in her high heels, and that I was probably sitting there possibly in tears because of how frustrated I was. The end result is that I have the video. It exists. It's out there for people to discover and benefit from. So I really have to focus on that. Sometimes things may take much longer than they need to, but we can't let that get in the way of us getting things done. We can't let that get in the way of us going after our dreams and accomplishing our goals. So moving on from here, I'm going to continue on the path that I've laid out for myself. I have a lot of ideas that I want to share with you, and I think I found a good balance between the different types of videos that I'm sharing. Since this is really what I want to do with my life right now, I know that it's going to require a lot of effort and dedication. I do have an ambitious content calendar prepared for myself, and I'm going to aspire to adhere to that as much as I can, but I'm also going to work on giving myself grace when I need to take a break or when things come up. And I think that this is a lot lot where the importance of consistency comes in. Having a good mix of longer and shorter videos. Having some videos on reserve for those weeks when you just can't get anything done. Just building up that calendar so that some weeks you share 2 videos, some weeks you share 1, some weeks you share none, but it doesn't matter because all of the videos you've already shared will carry your channel until you are able to upload again. I just want to close with one story that really touched my heart and I hope can inspire you as well. So I was just meeting with my friend the other day and I told her that my channel had passed 500 subscribers and she was really happy for me and she said, "Wow, I remember when we were at this dinner and someone asked you how many subscribers you had. And you had 80. And that wasn't that long ago." That really meant a lot to me that she remembered that story, and she's always been someone who's encouraged me. And another part of that story that I remember is that the same person who asked me, "How many subscribers do you have?" And I said 80. And he said, "1,000?" And I said, "Not yet. I don't know when I'll reach 80,000 subscribers, but I believe that if I keep working, I can." There is no limit to our potential when we believe in ourselves and we put in the work behind our dreams. The only way that you'll never achieve your goals, the only way that you'll never reach your dreams is when you stop working on them, is when you stop believing that you can. As long as you keep putting in the work, the only thing you're doing is increasing your chances of success. So good luck to all of you for whatever that goal, that dream might be for you. Thank you so much for watching and for supporting my channel. Whether this is the first time you've seen me or if you've been watching for a while, I hope this information is helpful and inspiring to you. And I would really appreciate if you could like this video and subscribe to my channel. As you can see from this video, it really does mean a lot to us creators. It really means a lot to me, and it helps us figure out the best kinds of videos for our audience as well. I'll see you next time. Ciao!